hope you want some Andre Onana propaganda, because you are going to get it in this video. Or should I say, propaganda. I won't do that many times this video, because it will get annoying. But Andre Onana, for me, is the transformative signing this summer. I was speaking about it last season. I didn't think that Erik Ten Hag would have the opportunity to sign a top-level new number one. But things have changed. I'm going to run through exactly why in this video, explain sort of from a tactical perspective and how United shape up. Also going to speak about Onana's relationship with Ten Hag, because that's quite an important part of this whole situation. Enjoy this video. I'm going to enjoy speaking about it. And let me know what you think in the comments. So make sure you drop a like on the video. But yeah, Onana for me is, look, as much as I know that Manchester United need a striker, and that in itself will transform this team. All of a sudden scoring goals in the first 20 minutes, teams have to play against us differently. It will change us dramatically. Scoring more goals, being more clinical, yes. But in terms of the whole shape of the team, in terms of Ten Hag's philosophy and the cornerstones of what makes his football brand, Onana is the man that changes that immediately. And it's going to be night and day between him and David De Gea. Now, I don't think that Ten Hag thought this opportunity was going to come this summer. But I believe it's this Harry Kane situation that has changed that. All of our budget effectively was going towards Harry Kane. That need for a new striker. Ten Hag prioritised it. That new number one was what we needed most. And that's why you saw Ten Hag sort of saying this across the course of the season. We want David De Gea to stay. We want to keep him. Putting as much public confidence behind De Gea as possible. Didn't really work. You know, De Gea, obviously the FA Cup final and the other errors he made across the course of the season. It wasn't the best of seasons for De Gea, and his vulnerabilities got exposed by Ten Hag's style of play. Now, I wish David De Gea all the best, and let's be honest, it wasn't all bad times at all. You know, some of his best saves were actually last season. It's something that Jake said on the most recent podcast. I kind of tend to agree. But as the season progressed and progressed, you knew full well that it was an inevitability rather than a possibility that De Gea would be replaced. It's just nobody, well, I didn't, and maybe you did, but I didn't expect it to be this summer. But it's going to be this summer, and it's going to be Andre Onana. And I really can't state enough how much of a transformation this is going to make to this team. I'm going to try and explain it as much as I possibly can in this video. I'm going to separate the Onana conversation into a few different videos, because I think this is quite an important factor to this whole situation. Now, of course, Onana left Ajax on a free transfer, and there was like, oh, is it a bad relationship? Absolutely not. Do you remember what game this is from? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. Right, that was from the game against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. And Ten Hag spoke about it after, and he said that was one of the best memories that he has of that time. He said Andre's reaction immediately afterwards on the field was the best of all, lifting me. I've seen the photo, it's beautiful. Onana shares a good relationship with Erik Ten Hag. It's not as if he didn't have his issues, maybe, or his problems there. I think he was banned there for 9 months for accidentally taking his wife's pills. And of course, he left on a free transfer, but Ten Hag has spoken about it after. He said, look, I've got a good relationship with Onana. Sometimes there's a business side to it. Ajax wanted him to stay. He didn't, and he left and he joined Inter Milan on a free transfer. But it didn't sour their relationship. And that's the sort of the photo, and that's the relationship you need to remember. And that's why Ten Hag has pushed so hard to bring Onana into Old Trafford. Now, we go back there to what I was saying at the beginning. He really is the man that transforms this whole team and how we play. I'm going to take a look at the tactical board now and explain this in a bit more detail, because it's quite simple. This is how Manchester United would line up last season, right? De Gea, back four is there. That doesn't really matter. It's more about the positions. That's what I want you to focus on here. Because with De Gea, we had to play a slightly deeper defensive line. The defenders had to play slightly deeper. Everybody had to play somewhere between 5 and 10 yards closer to their own goal, because De Gea was in goal. If you now do this, right, and Onana comes in, when Manchester United are in possession going forward, you'll see this. Onana's holding position will be the edge of his own box. Therefore, Martinez and Varane, their holding position can go up 5-10 yards. Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka were already overlapping fullbacks anyway, but they'll be able to occupy higher positions. It means Casemiro will be able to occupy a higher position. As I said before, I think we're going to be switching to more having 2 number 8s rather than having 1 number 6. And you'll see Casemiro occupying that space there. But all of a sudden, you're seeing a nice passing triangle there across not too big amount of space because Onana occupies a higher starting position. And that is one of the keys. I'm going to do a separate tactical video where I kind of go into the actual elements of Onana's game with examples, in-game examples to show you exactly what I mean. But this is one of the main ones. That higher positioning by Onana moves the entire team 10 yards up the pitch. That means it's easier for the team to press up here because there's more bodies. It's easier for the midfield to win the ball there a little bit higher because they know full well they've got the 2 centre-backs behind them because they know full well Onana will cover that space in behind. And any balls over the top, Onana will sweep up. It's part of the modern game, right? And if it's not hard to look at what... you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. You just have to look at City pre-Edison and Liverpool pre-Alisson. Is what Manchester United are currently pre-Onana. And that is what the change will be when he comes in. That was what allowed City to really exert the dominance in how they play. It's going to be more about control of a football game. Instead of just working in transitions, Manchester United now will be a team with Onana in who can actually just knock the ball around for 60, 90 seconds comfortably. In possession, back to the keeper. Little dink over the top. Sweet triangles, back to the keeper. Not just hoofing it long. Again, sometimes frustrating the opposition because sometimes that's part of the game. You need to be able to do that. And we couldn't do that, unfortunately, with David De Gea. We will be able to do that with Onana. And his relationship with Onana is an important aspect of this. The fact that he's played under Ten Hag before in Ajax is another important aspect of this, which will make that transition just that bit quicker. It won't be Onana getting used to Ten Hag's style and then everybody getting used to Onana's style. Onana and Ten Hag will walk in fist pump, say, all right, let's pick up where we left off. It will just be all the players in training getting used to Onana's differences with De Gea in the positions he occupies and how Manchester United therefore build up differently. But Onana, for me, it's the signing I didn't think that we were going to be able to make this summer. And look, as much as I want Harry Kane, maybe in the grand scheme of things, this will work out better. Maybe we get Harry Kane for free next summer, having signed Højlund this summer. And Højlund, you never know, could hit the ground running. It all comes down to coaching and whether or not he's got the ability and quality to step up to the Premier League. We'll find that out. But maybe this worked out for the best because it accelerated David De Gea's exit and therefore accelerated Ten Hag's ability to bring in the goalkeeper that he wanted to. That was a difference maker in the progression of Liverpool and City's dominant teams. And I think that will be one of the big steps towards us turning into a dominant team. We're still far away from it. V1 of Ten Hag's United got a League Cup, an FA Cup final and a top 4 finish. Much better from where we were the season before. We're still nowhere near the title. We're still nowhere near the Champions League. But Onana takes us towards there. And for me, he is the transformative signing. What's his name? I'm going to try and delete that from the soundboard. Otherwise, everyone's going to get really, really annoyed with me. But that is some serious propaganda there. I can't wait to see. Look, maybe I'm jumping the gun here. Maybe United don't sign a deal with him, but it feels pretty done. We're less than 5 million off. We'll get this done. Ten Hag will get his man. I can't wait to see him play between the sticks. And I can't wait to see this V2 of United. Ten Hag's United. And how much of a difference that man's going to make. You let me know what you think in the comments below. One more time.